Now, I've been asked to turn this 150 litre, 35 gallon oil drum into a small budget friendly oil tank for a domestic heating system for somebody. So I'm going to do that now. It's not that hard, but it requires a few steps. So here we go. So this is a 22mm hole saw, right? And I don't have a drill for the, so I just put a nail in it, okay? Again, just what I have for tonight. Okay, so I have a pilot there. I'm just going to drill a hole here. Makita. I like Makita. I also like Milwaukee. That's it. We now have a hole in it. So it's already drilled, and what I want to do is be able to connect a pipe up to it. So in order to do that, I'm going to have to put a valve on it. Okay, so how do we do that? Well, that's a 1/2 inch valve with the threads on the inside. I'll just show you that. Threaded inside both ends. Okay, so that's the first thing we need. Next thing, we're going to need a tank connector or a bulkhead fitting. Now, this is your standard domestic cold water storage tank fitting. It's a bulkhead fitting, okay? Or tank connector. Right, so the bottom of it is wider than the thread, okay? And the idea of that is, if the hole is, the right size, it's got a flange on the inside, that squashes against the inside of the tank and creates our seal. If this was a domestic storage, cold water storage system, maybe we'd use the washer, but we're not going to use it in this case. So that's surplus to requirements. It came with it. So the next question is, how do we do it? How do we actually get this down in the tank and out the hole? It's actually very easy. I'll show you now. Now this journey starts here. We're going to put that in here and out. The problem is, how do we stop it spinning in the tank? Now you can see on the end of the tank connector that it's got a couple of lugs on it. Okay, so here and here. And you can put a tool on the inside of the tank if you can reach down, but we can't. So I had to make a tool for it. So we've got this. You can see a little hole in the end of it. I drilled that in about, I'll show you now, about 1/2 inch, say 15mm. And I cut that square. And essentially what I did with it was I made a tool out of it. So there we go. Going to put a nut on it. That's a 17mm nut. You can see the way the end of that bolt works for me. I just cut a couple of notches in it. And the idea is the notch is like a keyway, just lock onto that. And I'll show you why I put the hole in it now in a second. We'll just tighten the thread up the rest of the way. Okay, so that's what we've got, right? Now there's our bolt. I'm going to put the coat hanger into the hole. Okay, I'm going to put that over the bolt. And without the lock nut, I'm just going to put that down and stick it out the hole. So here we go. All right, still on it. Just going to let it down now. And that should be it. Yep. And I'm just going to tighten the back nut. We're going to have to put the nut and washer on it now. Right, we'll finish this up on the bench. Coat hanger's still stuck in the hole. Okay. So look, the whole thing turns now at the moment, look. Okay, square drive socket. And it just goes on the square drive that I made on the bolt. That's it. And if I turn that, it all turns. So we're holding it with the ratchet. And we're going tight with this other guy. That's pretty tight now. Right. And that's it, that is tight now, that's not going to leak. Okay, so let's see that. In fact, I still think it's on the coat hanger. Hear that? It's still on the coat hanger. And if it wasn't, I would just drop a magnet down and take it out. There you go. Look, came out the top. Coat hanger stayed on it. Now, it can rotate independent of the coat hanger. Okay, so we've got about 2 feet of flax. This is hemp, and we're just going to use it for fouling the threads. So here we go. So the idea with this stuff is to get it into the thread so it fouls up the valve as it tightens up. So that's it. And be a bit progressive with it, more towards the end than at the start because you want it to thread onto it. So And that's it. So we've got this left, whatever you want to do with it. And we're going to use jointing compound. So this stuff is uni red. Get it anywhere. Any sort of oil jointing compound will do as well. So we're just going to paint it on. So this is our valve, okay? You want the handle pointing out so that when you finish tightening it on, when it's open, it's in line. Otherwise, if it's this way on, it'll strike the tank. All right, so it takes about 7 turns to tighten this on, and we want to be on about 5 turns, 5 revolutions. So the start thread is down around there. So when it gets back to this position, that's 1 turn. So that's 1 revolution. It's already getting tight. There's 2, and I want to go to about 5. Now I've already counted. I know that 7 does it. Three. That's 4. And when I come up to my position here, I'm going to call it because it's nice and tight. So there you go, there's a budget-friendly oil drum. You can put kerosene or diesel in this, no problem. Yeah, you could put water in it either if you wanted. But I have it set up for oil, set up for kerosene, so that it'll take a 10mm connection, an oil line, directly from this through a valve and a few bits, and then into a boiler. So I'm going to leave it there for now. If you liked the video, please thumbs up, subscribe down here, that'd be fantastic, and I'll see you in the next video. Good luck, bye.